What's shaking, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more solo Morrissey. As always, big shout out to Seb. And we're continuing with Kill Uncle, and the next track is Journalists Who Lie, which had me thinking about journalism more broadly, and of course there are different types of journalism, and I imagine this will be focused on journalists who cover the music industry or entertainment journalists, the music press, who, from what I understand, Morrissey has long had a complicated, maybe even combative relationship with, and the idea of rumors and gossip being rushed to print because that might sell magazines or newspapers, irrespective of what is actually true, or people being painted in an unflattering light such that they become either guarded about speaking to the press in the future or feel like they're being defamed. All these issues feel like they could be relevant here, but I was thinking, of course, of journalism more broadly, and it is an indispensable endeavor when one is trying to hold power to account, which, without getting too political here, I would say we are being reminded of on this side of the pond, when journalists are either not allowed to hold power to account or are severely attacked for doing so, and then it becomes harder to see the difference between actual events and the official state line, or indeed propaganda. So yeah, journalism is a very important and necessary occupation and field, but it is of course one where there are better and worse actors, and where people who, again, are more concerned with making a name for themselves or generating controversy and buzz, maybe as a way to sell papers or, again, magazines, they give the profession a bad name. In any case, I do wonder if this is very autobiographical for Morrissey, which is what I would imagine, or if it's making, let's say, broader sociological points, which maybe there's a bit of both of that. Obviously, I will try to follow what I can. Let's hear it. This is Morrissey. The song is Journalists Who Lie, and it's from the 1991 album Kill Uncle. crazy song sonically. Indeed, I feel like the lyrics were basically what I expected. So I'll try to start with the sonics. I mean, it's a crazy tune. It's very energetic and a bit manic, and the whole rhythm and flow of the tune feels like a train. And a couple moments in particular where it feels like it's really rumbling along the tracks, though it does kind of take a breath and then continue on at a few moments along the way. There's a bit of a, as I said, zany feel, and I thought it was like a flute, and then I was like, it almost sounds like a tropical bird. That little like woodwind type of flourish, that did give it a bit of a tropical feel, but then some of the guitar work and maybe just the overall atmosphere of the sonics felt like there was a bit of a country touch to it. And his vocals in some places sound very classic Morrissey, flowing and turning and twisting. At a couple other moments, a bit more straightaway and syllabic. But yeah, a really interesting one sonically that doesn't sound much at all like a Smiths tune, or at least like a classic or vintage Smiths track. And yeah, it sounds like he is saying that there are journalists who try to make their career out of writing lies in print and ginning up controversy and trying to take people's money through slandering and defaming the rock stars and those they write about, even using unscrupulous methods to try to get leads or stories that they can go to print with without hearing the full story. So yeah, it feels like it is more or less heading in the direction I anticipated. I do wonder if there's a particular incident or moment that led to Morrissey penning this, or whether it was something that was just his perspective built up over time. But yeah, a really crazy one sonically with a lot of like manic energy, and I enjoy the turns of phrase at a couple points, so it was heading in the direction I thought, but the incision of his lyrical attack on such journalists was pleasing. So, once again, journalism, it's a complicated field, and even within the music press, you imagine there are more scrupulous journalists who try their best to not print something just because it's going to mean more sales, and they try not to tear down people gratuitously, but it feels like this is aimed at the other side of the journalistic spectrum, for those who, again, try to capitalize on, tear down, and take advantage of artists who are being misrepresented. So yeah, again, it is what I expected, but I enjoyed the actual manifestation of it. Once again, thank you to Seb. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Peace.